Hey there and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here. So I'm officially doing my first Q&A. I probed on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all those places, and got some questions from you, the viewer, and I'm really excited to do this. So what I'm gonna ask before I get into this video is to send me whatever questions you might have in the comments below. If you want your question to be anonymous, please feel free to send me either an email or go on any of my social media and direct message me the question. I'll make sure to leave out your name, but I will answer it publicly for you. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna go on Facebook first, I think. So Jen Gotti asks, how did you start out? What made you want to pursue this? What do you recommend for someone who wants to pursue the same thing? I started out not on YouTube. I started out on Blogspot, and that was like, I want to say like 5 years ago. No, oh my god, it's gonna be 7 years this year. Whoa, did not realize it was 7 years ago. I started this in 2010. I just realized it's been 7 years. Wow. I think I was kind of lucky enough to get into it when it was still very new and in a very unsaturated market. And plus size scene is still kind of undersaturated, but at the same time, there's a lot more available out there now. Tumblr was pretty big back then. There was a huge community. So I kind of just took off from there. And then I want to say like 2 years ago, I started to, no, not even 2 years ago. Like a year ago, I started to really take my YouTube channel seriously. What made you want to pursue this? I didn't really ever see this as being my path, to be honest with you, but I wanted to pursue this, I guess, kind of after my last relationship. I realized that I actually really like fashion, even though I didn't really own much. What's the next part of that question? What do you recommend for someone who wants to pursue the same thing? I would suggest really getting on Instagram, using hashtags. That's one of the best ways to get yourself forward. And if you feel like it, make it a little bit more official. Get on WordPress. WordPress is really simple to use. You don't need to start with the best equipment. I think a lot of people assume you need to have the nicest equipment. Like for me right now, my goal is to get a better microphone. But I also know that you, the viewer, are still gonna watch my videos right now without that. So I will wait until it financially makes sense for me to do that, even though they're not very expensive. The most important thing for you to do is get yourself out there. Make sure that you are consistent. Make sure you find a niche. Make sure you figure out what your brand is gonna be. I mean, you are your brand, but you cannot just throw yourself out there to everyone and hope someone picks you up. You kind of need to know what it is you're promoting. Really don't stop yourself if you don't have like a nice DSLR. You can do it on an iPhone. iPhone cameras are really, really good these days. Know with that you're building an audience, and your audience will watch you grow, because nobody expects you to be perfect in the beginning, and people, even though there are trolls online, are a lot more kind than you would think. Okay, so the next question. This comes from Clara, and she says, favorite online shopping stores, clothes and makeup, preferably affordable sites. Also, hello Sarah, hope you're doing well. Hi Clara, yes, I'm doing very well, and you are beautiful, and I'm watching you from a distance, and you are an angel. Clara has the most amazing voice I've ever heard. She's a beautiful singer. To get to your questions, what are my favorite online shopping stores? Okay, so I love ModCloth. ModCloth is not cheap though, unfortunately, but I'm always in the sale section, and sometimes they do like 40% off deals, so it's really easy to get some pretty good sales on ModCloth. I'm in love with Lindy Bop right now. Lindy Bop is vintage, inspired kind of stuff, but they're so inexpensive. Like, I posted a picture on Instagram not long ago of me in this dress with like heart pockets, and everybody loves it. I mean, I love it, but that dress cost me $25. Other places I like shopping, Old Navy. Do not overlook Old Navy. They have some really great basics. They also have amazing accessories. They have really cute stuff, and I think a lot of people overlook them, and that's why a lot of the cute stuff that they put out, I think, doesn't get bought as much, so then they go on like further reductions, and Old Navy is like always on sale. Charlotte Russe is really good. They have chokers that actually fit a big neck, which is great and amazing. I love them. I'm gonna tell you about Shop Miss A, and I've talked about Shop Miss A before. Shop Miss A is an online dollar store. but they're not crappy quality. Like when you go to a dollar store sometimes, you're like, I would never put this makeup on my face. But the makeup on Shop Miss A is legitimately really, really good. The stuff I used for my eyebrows from Shop Miss A, and it cost me $1. It's from Clean Color. The eyelashes that I always use from Shop Miss A, and they're $1. And the ones that I specifically use are the Cara lashes, and my favorite ones are the number 83s. Also realize this is a Q&A. I can't be taking like 20 minutes on every question. So Ali Crystal asks, why are you such a perfect, beautiful little lady? I don't know. My mom and dad made me this way. Palvi Dadwal. She says, do you have any Indian friends? I don't know, Palvi Dadwell. Do I have any Indian friends? And I'm only adding that in here because I know you're going to watch it and I know you're going to be like, why didn't you answer my question? So it's out there, and yes, obviously you know I do. Jess Lynch asks, what are your future hopes and dreams? What inspires you? I know that I love blogging. I know that I love YouTube, but I know that I want to kind of do something a little bit more. I would like to consult people. I would love to do that. You know, just helping people like goal build, you know, reach their goals, figure that out, because I know it can seem kind of like overwhelming when you think of like all the things you need to do. Obviously expanding off of my life skills coaching certificate, I feel like I haven't really had the opportunity to do too much with that. I would love to be a mom one day. Like that's a huge thing for me. What inspires me? Honestly, I feel like I'm inspired by the people around me. A lot of my friends, it feels like we're kind of always going through the same thing, and it inspires me to see somebody who might be struggling find their inner strength and to pull themselves out of that. That inspires me to do better, to want better. Rebecca Northcott, she says, who is your biggest role model personally and or in fashion? This is so weird because literally yesterday I was talking to my friend Palvi about that, and I'm going to try to stop myself from crying because I am a very emotional person and I'm fairly certain I'm getting my period any day now. And I really thought about that and contained myself. I really look up to my mom. My mom is a superhero. She is the strongest person I know. She's resilient. She is the most loving, caring person I know. And she is a selfless woman, even though I have tried very hard to make her not super selfless. She is somebody I look up to. She's a very humble person. She's so hardworking, and she really knows how to enjoy the little things in life. Like she just enjoys sitting down with her family and cooking for them and having that. And I do love those things too, but I think sometimes I can be more materialistic than I'd like to be, so I really look up to her for that. Okay, so this one comes from Instagram, and this is from Daria, and she says, hi, you are such an inspiration for me. Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask, how much time did it take to love yourself and become confident about who you are? So my major turning point was my previous relationship. For me, a lot of my insecurity came out of feeling like I was never going to find love as a fat woman. And that's something that I struggled with for a very long time because obviously everybody wants love. But after that, it was an uphill battle. As confident as I am, there are some days I feel like I'm back at square one. So confidence isn't something that once you have it forever. Confidence for me is something I still feel like I'm striving for, even in other areas. Physically, I'm confident, but maybe I'm not so confident in my ability to speak publicly, which is a huge thing. Or I'm not so confident in my ability to be in school again. You know what I mean? So confidence is still something I'm working on. I can't give you a timeline on how long did it take because I'm still there. I'm still struggling and then not struggling, and that's something to remember with confidence, because if you have bad days, it does not mean you have failed. Please know that. So Ruby has a few questions. She goes, I want to know what lipstick you're wearing in this video right now. Ruby, I wore the same lipstick just for you. This is hands down my favorite lipstick. This is from ColourPop Cosmetics, and this is called Solo. Okay, so Ruby also asks, you might have already answered this, but how did you meet Gil and when did you meet him? Gil and I met online like 4 years ago at this point, because we're almost in a 4-year relationship. And it was like a mix of like Tumblr, Facebook, and Tiny Chat. It was really just like so many different things. And I met him through somebody that I used to know in the community who that's a video for another time. She's, you know, an interesting person. And we talked for a few months and he ended up driving down here. We started dating around March 2nd, March 3rd, and yeah, we've been together since. Also, what beauty gurus do you watch on YouTube? Beauty gurus. Okay, so I don't really watch them much because sometimes I feel like if I watch too many beauty gurus, I can't say that word for some reason, I kind of doubt my own abilities, which I'm trying not to do because I'm not that bad at makeup. Like, I'm starting to realize that. And they'll kind of give you like different ways to do things, whereas like my method is working pretty well for me. But with that being said, I do really like NikkieTutorials. I think that a lot of her advice has actually really helped me. And she had this one thing that she said that was actually like super helpful, and I repeat it to myself constantly when I'm doing my makeup, and maybe I'm like hard on myself. But it was like, your makeup will never look right until you finish that final stroke. And it's so true. Ruby also asks, who is your favorite YouTube ASMR artist? Listen, there's no way I can pick just one. Top of the list is obviously Gentle Whispering. I feel like everybody loves Gentle Whispering. She's like who I go to if I have like immunity. I think this is with everyone. I have to be in the mood for specific people because everyone is unique and everyone offers different types of tingles, and the way they go about it is very different. So it's like some days I'm in the mood for Fairy Char, some days I'm in the mood for like Jelly Bean ASMR, and sometimes I feel like I don't like a person, like they just don't work for me, but then I will revisit them at a different time and I'm like, oh, actually they're not that bad. ASMR Request is really good. That's one that I thought for a really long time just didn't work for me, and she has like phenomenal production. Like, her videos are just like, they're like watching a movie that has $1 million budget. It's incredible what she does. There's so many others. I know there's so many others. I'm just forgetting them right now. Okay, so this one's from Tumblr, and I think this is the last one. It's from Edelweiss Madgen. I'm not saying that right. I know it. She goes, questions for your video. Who are your top 3 biggest supporters when it comes to your journey in the fashion beauty world? Okay. I'm gonna say my boyfriend. He is a huge supporter and he has helped me in so many ways. My friend Jess, lately, she has been a super huge supporter. She's, you know, takes a lot of my pictures. We spend a lot of time, you know, taking photos of each other. We put a lot of work into our content. So she's another one. Chloe, my friend Chloe as well. Whenever we get together, we are super focused and we get stuff done. I would definitely say my friend Dawn. We do a lot of content. We do a lot of work together. We also spend a lot of time doing, you know, photo shoots and stuff. Emotionally though, my friend Palvi also, I mean, there's a lot of people. It's really hard for me to name just 3. Oh my God, how can I forget this? Brittany X Brittany 89. I feel like Brittany and I are really good when we come together and we try to motivate ourselves. Like, that's one of the things that I really like about our friendship, is that we can help motivate each other like that. Like, it's a relationship that I always feel inspired. So she's a great one, but I'm very lucky. I have a lot of people who are super supportive and always willing to help me out, who allow me to have space to be weak at moments, space to doubt myself, and they just remind me gently or not gently that I'm being too hard on myself and then I gotta keep doing it. What is your guilty pleasure? What is my guilty pleasure? Kind of ASMR, because I think a lot of people hate on it and I'm like, I love it, to be honest with you. What else is my guilty pleasure? I'm sure that there are like many, but I just can't think of it, to be honest. 3, will you be making more videos about your personal life so we can get to know you more? Keep on rocking, girl. You are an inspiration for all of us. First off, thank you. That's very sweet. Yeah, I love making videos about my personal life. That's one of the reasons I really like vlogging, and I like to try to document both good and bad days. I'm totally willing and open to make personal videos. I just need to kind of know that the audience wants to see that. There are many story times that I have planned for the future. So yeah, I really like doing videos like that. That's everything for the Q&A. Please feel free to send me your questions below. Seriously, I would love to do something like this again. Don't forget you can find new videos from me every Wednesday and every Sunday, and new blog posts every Tuesday and every Friday, and I'll see you next time. Bye. But instead of sitting down and doing an unboxing, I kind of figured it would be more helpful for you, the viewer, to actually get an honest opinion about the products that I got. I have this editor's box, which I have already done an unboxing on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and I think I've done like 1 or 2 things on Snapchat. And I didn't really feel like I wanted to make it into another video because unboxing videos